Good morning. It's Monday, July 11th, and I'm starting the week out in quarantine because I have COVID. But that's all right, I have more time to spend with you. And luckily, this is not contagious to do this. Anyway, sometimes we get hung up on the Ten Commandments, especially if we can't remember them all or whatever. It's like, how do we know what's the laws? What is the real laws with God? Well, Jesus said it very clearly in Matthew 22 and starting in 37. They were asking him, what is the greatest commandment? And Jesus said, the first one, you shall love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your mind. This is the first and great commandment. And the second is like it, you shall love your neighbor as yourself. On these two commandments hang all the law and the prophets. So if you can do that, first, you love God. Second, you have to love yourself. And if you don't, if you despise yourself or hate yourself sometimes, you need to work on that. And that's a whole nother series or story. But anyway, if you love yourself, then you can start loving your neighbor. Well, in Luke chapter 29, a man asked Jesus, he said, well, who exactly is my neighbor? If I have to love my neighbor as myself, who exactly is my neighbor? And that's when Jesus told him the story of the Good Samaritan, the guy that was robbed and beaten and left for dead. It said first a priest came along, just kind of went on the other side of the road, kept walking. Then a Levite came along, and he also looked, but he just kept going. And then a Samaritan, which is supposed to be the enemies of these people, came, and when he saw him, he had compassion. And he bandaged him up and took care of him, took him to a local place to stay, paid the innkeeper even, not only for what he did, but also for future needs of this man. And so then Jesus asked, in this case, he didn't say, who is the guy's neighbor? He said, who was the neighbor? Because Jesus always makes us think. And the man said, the man who had mercy on him. And Jesus said, that's right. Go and do likewise. So it's not who is our neighbor. It's, are we being a neighbor to others? We don't have to decide who our neighbors are. We have to decide, are we being the neighbor? So I love the way Jesus puts that, because he didn't say, well, all Christians or all Israelites or all these or that. He said, who is the neighbor to this man? Didn't matter what nationality he was or anything. So, are you being a neighbor today? That's what you need to work on. First, love God with everything you have. Second, love yourself, and love your neighbor as yourself. And if you don't know who your neighbor is, don't worry about it, because the question is, are you the neighbor? And are you treating people like a good neighbor? So, have a great day. I appreciate your prayers so I can get better faster. And I will pray for you too as well. God bless you.